What does Putin want from China? And I say this not because we don't already know everything he's agreed to in the past, but what else? What more?
Alternatives. We are seeing that the sanctions that the US has imposed and the West has imposed are starting to show effect, right? And they will continue to make the war effort more difficult. The future, the more we're looking at the future. So what Russia really needs from China is alternative partners, alternative ways to circumvent sanctions, and an alternative partner to say to the global south, look, we actually have friends in the world, right?
We're not as isolated.
We're not as isolated. Yeah.
Is this also a sentiment to say, listen, we know that we may not be as big as China, but we have as big a role to play in the world right now?
Well, I do think that Russia would probably strongly disagree with their geopolitical importance, right? They are still very influential in certain parts of the world. And clearly we should also not underestimate that, yes, historically China was more dependent on Russia. But when you see the direction of travel of US sanctions against China, and that is very likely going to increase with more trade friction, more export controls under whatever new US administration we're going to have, China will also need friends. That's why they are also depending on the Russia relationship.